1-2 for Brozovic, back to Lautaro. My life. My life, that's a beautiful goal.
Campionato di calcio italiano.
What's going on, everyone? It's the second episode of our mini beta save, Forza Inter. Now, you've seen on the thumbnail about the best striker. Well, here it is. Romelu Lukaku is won World Player of the Year. Ridiculous, right? It looks like a slight flaw in the game that it's based on the half season. So half season, they dish out World Player of the Year. And for some reason, they've given it to Lukaku over Lewandowski and Messi. We ain't complaining, but a little glitch there, I think. Let's get to it. We're still playing three at the back. We've tweaked it a bit. We might have the best attacking three at the back formation we've seen yet. Here we are. If you remember, we were wing backs in our first game. We're going to go with that. And we had a couple of attacking options alternatively, but we've stuck with this attacking option entitled the Yes Lock. If you know, you know. It's a three at the back system, more aggressive than the wing back system because the two wingers have pushed on a bit further. Now, all I want to point out here is the key points. The reason I think this tactic is working is what we're doing with the centre backs and the half back. If you've seen my half back video, you'll know that I don't actually recommend a half back in a back three system. But I've made it work here purely because I'm asking my two wider centre backs in player instructions to stay wider, which basically means it's going to work as a half full back. So Kolarov, who by the way is ideal for this role, kind of sit in between there like that. Same with the ridge on the other side, whereas Skerner will stay in the middle. Now when we're attacking, all good, they'll stay as they are. When it comes to defending, Gagliardini, sorry about my pronunciations on some of these by the way, with Kolarov slightly left and the ridge slightly right. Gagliardini, oh there he goes, look, he's keen. Gagliardini, got there eventually, he's going to sit back a bit and help out Skerner if we need extra cover in the centre. At the minute, this theory is working beautifully well and it's unleashing our two wingers to bomb on a bit. We'll have a look at it now in action. Okay, in action. And by the way, this camera is Data Analyst. Okay, it's one I like to use because for those who like 2D, it's very similar, a bit slicker, but it lets you see the full pitch and it lets you really see where your players are stationed on the pitch and how it's working out. So if you look here, there's our centre backs and look how wide they are. So you've got the Ridge there and you've got Kolarov there. Skerner stays in the centre and just ahead of him is our halfback Gagliardini. Now, ball's just up there. If the move is to break down, Gagliardini would drop back. But because there's only one striker, he can move forward and add some extra oomph into the midfield. So it's a double meaning, it works really well. Also, if you look, we've got our wide players, Hakimi and Gosens, a little bit further up. Hakimi's a little bit further up because he's an out-and-out winger. Whereas on the left-hand side, I'm trying Gosens as a defensive winger. A role I haven't used much, but I'm intrigued to see if it's going to work. So in theory, this is working really well. Kolarov and the Ridge are kind of wide. Normally they'd be in this area here as a free centre-back formation, but because we put PIs on them saying stay wider, that's where they're sitting, and I think that's why it's working. It's looking good so far. The season so far has gone beautifully well. We've only lost two games. The one was against Bologna at the start, where we trounced them, but somehow we lost. It happens. The other game was against Club Brugge. We'd already won the group, so we were through. Put a bit of a reserve team out, and they beat us, fair play, which I'm not too worried about actually, because I am going to be Club Brugge in my main save in a couple of weeks, so it's nice to see they've got a bit about them. Now, if you look at the games following the Club Brugge game, in and around it, sorry, you've got Dortmund, Lazio, Juve, Milan, Napoli. We didn't lose any of those games, and one key result there, Zebra, which is obviously Juve, hammered them 3-0. We'll get onto that now because it showed me that this formation might be a keeper. So normally in a big game like this, I may have dropped back to my two wing backs. I want to keep the three at the back system right the way through, but I'm going to work with these two. But in this game, I really wanted to keep it. Now what I want you to look at here is the column here is the XG match story. Absolutely murdered Juve. You remember we've got Ronaldo, Dybala, two really good wing backs. So the first half was here, and Juve had not had a shot. They had not had one shot, and we were all the way up here. As the game finished out, our XG was 2.3, Juve's was 0.65, so the few chances they did have weren't very good. was an absolute dream performance. Included an absolutely beautiful goal that shows the match engine in full flow, which we'll get through now. There's a mixture of goals here. We've got an old school set play that we used so much in FM20, which was a long throw, which is coming up. We've got a penalty. Big shout out to the last goal. Shows the match engine in all its glory. It's a thing of beauty. Okay, so let's run it on. We've got a long throw straight up. Misses everyone. Lautoro's there to ping it in. You don't get easier than that, and that's why I keep harping on about setting up your set plays. Check out the vid. Get them set up. It'll take you 5 minutes, and they're going to reap the benefits all season. Second goal was a penalty. I don't know about you lot, but I have not had a VAR turned over yet. I'm kind of looking forward to that. Not yet. All got in my favour. Lukaku, the man, the Ballon d'Or winner, pings it in. Now watch this goal. We might even slow it down a bit. In fact, we won't, because we want to watch it in its smooth, full flow. This is a beautiful goal coming up. Lukaku down the left. Infield, little dink to Eriksen. Lautaro, 1-2 for Brozovic. Back to Lautaro. My life. My life, that's a beautiful goal. Before I get onto this section, shout out to JDFM for bringing my attention to the stats screen, because sometimes I kind of don't look at it. But I was interested because the team were working really well. So I wanted to see how it was going. So I had a little look and I was absolutely delighted at what I saw. Look at this. So conversion rate percentage, so how we're doing with the chances. Inter, top. Shots on target ratio, Inter, top. Pass completion, Inter, top. Expected goals, a big one. Inter top with 25.7, ridiculous. Goals, Inter top. Shots on target, joint second. Expected goals to shot ratio percentage, Inter top. Interceptions, Inter top. So not only are we storming going forward, but the positionings of the player, so interception, so you think your halfback and things like that, cutting out players, it's working a treat. So touch wood, we might be onto something here. We're going to play it out a bit longer. As we sit, we are second in the table, 1 point behind Juve, but we've only lost one, whereas Juve have lost 2. Our goal difference is ridiculous, plus 28, because we are the top scorers in the league. We'll play it out a bit longer. Let's test this tactic before we start saying we've nailed the 3 at the back, but we might have done.